Early June, there was another NAMAC event, only about a month after the previous one. I had predicted that there wasn't going to be a lot of people there, and that prediction came true. So that's great for me because less competition means I can find more stuff, and that's why there's going to be two parts of this swap meet video. Let's start with the usual suspects. I first go to the table of Tom's Mudalotos. There was a box, a cardboard box, in front of the table that had written €5 a piece on it. So everything in the box, €5 a piece. I found this Para 64 2015 Audi R8 LMS. I don't collect race cars, at least not premium race cars, but I'm going to send this to a friend for €5. I was not going to leave that behind. There was also a bunch of these Johnny Lightning Dodge Vipers in there in adrenaline red. So I picked one of these up, the 2014 SRT model, which I believe is also a Auto World casting, so true 1/64 scale. And there was also one of these in there, a White Lightning. So I'm going to keep this one. The other one I'm going to send to that friend also. So this one's got the white base, white tires, white rims, and white interior as the traits for the chase model, the White Lightning. And it's got fangs on the license plate. Cool. The card is a little bit bent, but that's fine. This one was also in that box. Fast and Furious Custom Mustang. Here's the rest of the set. This one I got from David Johns of Twice Diecast and Diecast Media Network. I got this one too. I don't remember how I acquired that. And I possibly have these two too, but they look so much alike. It's kind of hard to remember. Let's take a look at this custom Mustang, which in reality is a Ford Shelby GT350R. That sounds much better than custom Mustang. So we've got the white stripe that goes all the way across to the spoiler lip in the front and all the way in the back. So that's a stripe done properly, as it should be. Nice. Also managed to grab this Matchbox moving parts Harry Potter 1962 Ford Anglia on a crushed card, and that's why it was cheaper, €2.50. Officially licensed Ford product. So I have the mainline version, and now I have this moving parts one too. That is sweet. The model will be fine. It's just the card that got crushed. Got the copyright of the movie studio, I guess. It's got the rust spots on there and the flat blue. Ooh, it's got an opening boot also. That's interesting. I like that a lot. There's not a lot of opening luggage compartments in diecast, so whenever I see that, that is extra nice. Doors open too. I might need some help opening those. Yeah, as I thought. Let's see. We grab our thingy again, as like that. Got some details on the doors, door cards. That's nice. It's right-hand drive, of course, being from the UK. And we got a steering column and a disc. That's good enough for me. Nowadays, I'm already happy when we at least get something that looks like a steering wheel. And a white roof. Sweet. Oh yeah, and license plate, of course. And in the same box was also this one, Matchbox Hitch and Haul Toots Treasure. This is called. I'm just looking where it actually says that on there. Oh, here on the back, Toots Treasure. I already have this. I already did a video on all these, but for €5 I was not going to leave that behind. That's a very cool one. Very detailed figures also, or figure I should say, because the mummy is not very detailed because, you know, of course it's a mummy. But yeah, that's a nice one. Then I got to Blondie, and she was doing a sale on Matchbox collectors. These are from 2024, so a little bit older. This was €7.50 originally, and she was selling them all for €5 each. So the 1955 Ford panel delivery. Got a chrome base mixed for the chrome bumpers and side skirts, and also the grille and headlights in the front. It feels very light because these fenders are plastic. The Endless Summer, In Search of the Perfect Wave, so kind of a surfing style theme. Full deco. License plate again, Surf 64. But still, no opening parts, no metal base, just the rubber tires. Even €5 I think is still too much for this, for the little extras you get. But that's just my opinion. Number 6 of 20 of 2024. 1970 Oldsmobile 442. This was €10 originally. Not something I get really excited about, but you know, it's a Matchbox. And this at least gets a metal base and opening doors. So that makes it good value for money, I think. And of course the full deco. White interior, makes it very, very visible. And also has a license plate, 44270. Again, we get the steering column and the disc. Fine by me. Snap. Yeah, nice. Okay, this is good value for money. Not an appealing car to me, but at least everything else is there. Next one, 7.5 reduced to 5. Number 19 of 2024. Plastic base and no opening parts, and a tombstone or urinal steering wheel. Yeah, this has not a lot going for it, and that's why this is a peg warmer wherever these things are sold in store for €10 each. Because why would you spend that kind of money for something that has so little to offer? So the fenders are black and part of the interior, and then the running boards are part of the base. So kind of yeah, it does look very good. Black here and gray there. It looks a little bit of an afterthought, really. I mean, I like the model in the basics line, but this is just not good value for money. It's got some stuff on the parcel shelf in the back. Let's see if we can shed a light on that. I think there's no variation on that, just some chainsaw, wrench or hammer, some rope and some shovels. And that's about it. Well, at least there's that. That is somewhat interesting to see. And she was also clearancing some 2025 stuff, which was very nice of her. Number 1 of 20, 12.5 euro reduced to 5. That's a good discount. Of course, electric vehicle, not that popular. And I think, well, you get a metal base at least, but there's no opening parts. But at least, I mean, with the metal base and the rubber tires, I think the value is there for the 5 euro. Nice color, kind of a metal flake, orangey red. Lots of detail, of course, full deco. EQS 580. Logo is a little bit big on the back. I got the panoramic roof that is kind of made non-see-through for some reason. Steering wheel is okay. Again, can live with that. Other than that, yeah, there's nothing special interior-wise, but nice hefty weight to it, even though the roof is mostly plastic. Nice one. Number 3 of 20. Yeah, no price sticker of the original price on it. (1970) Honda N600 off-road, plastic base, and no opening parts, and a very small vehicle. This should have had a metal base at least. Desert endurance race. It's a cute little thing, but there's oh yeah, and we got a tombstone in there. Just a driver's seat and then a plastic block to kind of hide the post. They do all sorts of things to hide that post. But for a collector model that is sold in stores for 10 euro, should be a hook assembly model in my opinion. But you know, it's cheaper to do it this way. And these lights should have tempo too. So yeah, no value for money here. Again, no previous price on this one. I think it's underneath this yellow sticker. Let's see. Oh yeah, 10 euro. Number 8 of 20, 2025. Nice model. 2022 copyright. So it's not a new model, but it's the first time I have it. 1988 Mazda RX-7. Got a chrome base just for the chrome exhaust, so that's splashing out on some extra cost just to get that chrome on the back. Nicely detailed in the back. Soft top is down. Again, the steering situation I can live with. Yeah, interior is fine. These rims could have used some paint. You know, if they want to make them look gold, just put some chrome gold paint on there, right? I mean, for the money they're asking for these in Europe, you know, around 10 euro in stores. You can dab some gold chrome on there, right? And then we got that a moving part that is completely useless because it only moves that much. So you got print on the engine, but you can't really see that well. That's just so disappointing. Imagine you paying 10 euro for this and then this is what you get. That's just, I mean, seriously. I buy mini GTs for 10 euro. Sure, they don't have opening parts, but they have other things that are much nicer and are much better value for money than this. I mean, it's a nice model, but yeah. Even for €5, I expect a hood or bonnet that opens up all the way. Because, you know, there's other brands like Majorette that can do that. Or for even less money. No previous price tag on this either. But we can kind of imagine what it would have cost. 1970 AMC Javelin. Interesting model. Plastic base again, but we do have an opening part. At least there's that. This one opens very nicely, but then there's no tampo on there. Huh, how ironic is that? Here we would be able to see the tampo very well, but there's none. Yeah. Understand who can. I cannot. Yeah. So the chrome, where does the chrome come from? There's just a chrome piece in there. That's interesting. Some chrome inserts front and rear. Oh, that's nice. That also adds extra value, I think. Maybe it's cheaper for them to do it this way than to have a whole chrome base for these features. I don't know. But yeah, that's nicely done. I like that. Just wish there was a tampo on the engine. Other than that, good enough. She also had some Hot Wheels, premium Hot Wheels on sale, also for €5 from the TerraTrek set. I got this Hummer H1. I would like to have these two Japanese one. I don't care for the Datsun, but these two Japanese I would like to have, but they are never on clearance. And I since then acquired the Jeep also. So metal on metal. And the real riders, of course, and full deco. Hummer embossed on the tailgate and also tampoed. And a all metal pickup bed. That's not something we see often with Mattel. Cool. From Boulevard, number 109, the Ford Transit Supervan. This is the set. Yeah, and this one's very cool. I think I since acquired that one also in France. I'd like to have the Mazda too. And the Acura is fine. Myers Manx, yeah, kind of cool, but you know, something that doesn't really fit in anyone's collection, I think. Ford Transit Supervan is always a great find. And this is a hook assembly model, by the way. It's always been like that and it's never been retooled. So they use this clip to as the exhaust. That's very clever. Seems like they were smarter back in the day than they are now. Very dark window piece, a little bit scratched. But there seems to be an interior in there. Or maybe not. Let's check. Oh yeah, there is. That's kind of hard to see. I don't know why they make it so dark. From race day, number 3 of 5. Good set. Of course, the Porsche and the BMW are always the first ones that are gone. I acquired the Nissan since then. Don't care much for the Corvette. (2018) Bentley Continental GT3. So yeah, these kind of race cars I kind of do like. They're not really premium. So, you know, for, yeah, they fit a Hot Wheels collection. But in my display cabinet with the proper premium stuff, I just have the mostly street cars. Well, there might be an occasional sporty looking Mustang, but no proper race cars in there. Exotic Envy, of course, the Porsche, first one that would be gone and never be clearanced. Already had the Lambo, so now I acquired these two, and I since then also acquired this one. Kind of an unpopular set. Strange choice of models in there. Aston Martin V12 Speedster. Yeah, unpopular model this one is. It is kind of weird. But, you know, it's okay. Now this one, on the other hand, is very nice. So, don't really understand why this would not be popular. I think it's McLaren F1. I think it's a nice color too. Maybe it's the rims that people dislike, because again, they're not painted. They're just gray. Got a little indicator repeater on the side. Yeah. Pretty basic tempo-wise, but, you know, good enough for me. Then a seller that usually has a bunch of Volkswagen had a whole bunch of these Motor World by Greenlight German edition Series 8 Volkswagen Classic Beetles. So most of them were regular releases, and he had one chase, the one with the green base and green rims. So I took the chase. It was the same price as the other ones, €5. So yeah, I might have the regular version of this already. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. And surprisingly, he had something that was not a Volkswagen. This Porsche 924. It's not written on here in the front, strangely enough. Usually it has the name of the model there. By Majorette, made in France. Where does it say that? Should say it somewhere on here. Oh, there it is. Made in France. This was €10. That's a good price for a an old-style boxed Majorette. It's got some luggage in the boot or trunk. It's a metal base, unpainted. It's got some white residue from scraping the box. Apparently the box is I don't know, disintegrating or whatever that is causing that. Red interior, black dashboard and steering wheel, and amber windows. Sweet. And from Martin, a Dutch seller I often buy from, I bought this. Another old-style Majorette. See, here it does say the model in there. Ferrari F40. This is also made in France. Let's see. Here it is. Made in France. He was asking 12.5. I got it for 10, so same price. This box is even more disintegrating than the other one. It's coming off. I already have this model. It's slightly different. It's got a different size Ferrari logo with the prancing horse. Il Cavallino Rampante, and it is a Thailand model, not a France model. So yeah, cool to have both versions now. And for my favorite couple, man and wife, I bought two cars. This Lancia Stratos Rally from an unknown diecast brand, and the Alitalia racing livery. I thought this was cool. It's got the tiny wheels and just the deco on top. This was €2. And I also got this one from them. And this is a mini-jet Norev made in France Fiat 131S. This was €5. But this is mint, and it's a model you don't see in diecast, this Fiat, so I was very charmed by it. Well, the wheels have a little bit of a misprint for the chrome tempo, but other than that, and the paint is not. It's got some, how you call that, orange peel, but other than that, it's in great nick. There's a little paint chip there. So yeah, maybe not that great condition, but an interesting model. These don't have dashboard or steering wheel, just seats in there. Funny enough. But you know, metal on metal and old stuff. From this one vendor, I got this summer Volvo 164E made in Hong Kong. Not the greatest looking model, but I did not have an example of this. It looks really goofy in the front. Chrome interior that makes for the chrome bumpers and other stuff. Yeah. Got the roof rack tampoed on the roof. How funny is that? The Volvo logo tampoed on there. Yeah. It's cool because of its quirkiness. Got a bunch of Norev too from 3 different sellers. This guy had this Soul Norev sitting on his table. I think the other stuff he had was bigger scale. It was very dusty. So yeah, I cleaned it up to make it more appealing on your screen. And of course, I want to have them clean in my collection too. A box with a layer of dust on it is not really something I want to have in my collection, obviously. This was very appealing to me, the color combo. The Smurf blue with the different interior colors. So this is a Renault Dauphine from 1956. It's in 1/54 scale, so made to fit the packaging. As always with the classic Norevs, the classic cars from Norev. I mean, not that this is really that old production. I have the rubber tires, quite big, steelies, chrome hubcaps. Got the indicator repeater here on the C-pillar. That's cute. Red for the taillights, lens headlights, and some chrome or silver for the bumper and some kind of a logo. Doesn't look like the Renault logo though. Then we got 10 seats and door cards and a off-white dashboard and steering wheel. Kind of an ivory steering wheel and dashboard. That is cool. I like that a lot. That yeah, that two-tone interior with the blue on the outside. I think it's very striking. So for this kind of money, I was not going to leave that behind. Another vendor had this Citroën GS. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a Renault dealership packaging, obviously, in case you didn't notice that. This is in a Citroën dealership packaging. True 1/64 scale, so Norev stepping up the game. 2019 production batch 230. Came in yellow, blue, beige, and red. 1970 model. I got the red one now. I think I previously got the yellow one. So let's take a look. Again, we get a nice two-tone interior. Plastic base always. Citroën GS. I like this painted front part of the plastic base. Lensed headlights, as we saw on the Renault. This is an all plastic piece, by the way, so the grille is tempoed on there. I like the orange indicator in there. That's such a nice detail. Got the one side mirror. Nice chrome all around. No logos for the double chevron logo is not present, and nor is the GS name. That's kind of a bummer. We just have the double chevron logo in the front there on the grille. There above my thumb. Kind of hard to see on that clear plastic. And then we got red seats with black door cards and dashboard and steering wheel. Nice. Love it. These are plastic tires, so unlike the Dauphine, this one gets plastic tires. And we got a little exhaust pipe here sticking out of the back. Sweet. Then the next two are from the same vendor. So they had several of these buses, but this one was cheaper for some reason. So of course I got the cheapest one. This is in 1/87 scale. So it's basically they reduced it to 1/87 scale to make it fit a 3-inch box. This is a Citroën U23 Autocar, so a nice addition to the bus collection. 1947 is what this model is from. In blue gray or yellow Bordeaux, the two versions. Of course, I got the blue gray one. 2018 batch 344. So of course, plastic base. And this one also has the plastic tires. Steelies on there. Here we can clearly see the double chevron logo. It's got a separate piece for the roof rack that is actually a clear piece, which with some bars painted on, and even the ladder is a clear piece. Interesting how they decided to do that and not have actual rails on there. Yeah, I think to make it fit the price point, that's why they chose to do that. Looks a bit odd, but it does the job, I guess. No lens lights on this 1/87 scale. It's kind of hard to do the lens lights. Just painted with the bumper. Grille is not painted. You can see the double chevron logo in the grille there, kind of faintly embossed. Got two windscreen wipers in front of the driver, and then nothing here. That's funny. So again, the Citroën logo on the door. So there's a door in the back here too. So two doors on this side. Oh, and two doors on this side too. Sorry, I did not see that first. So got a row of seats there. I think this is the kind of an emergency exit now. Wouldn't that be the case? And there's also some kind of a boot or trunk here in the back. Of course, a spot for the license plate and a little light above. And on the side for the tail light. Cool. Probably very, excuse me, very slow with a small engine, I can imagine. And then we got the HY fan in a version I did not have yet. Got a little reduction on that. I'm willing to pay €5 for these because these have a lot of metal on them. Big chunk of metal. So I might now have all variations of this HY fan, but I'm not 100% sure. I did a lineup of these in a video not that long ago. So cool that I now have this version too. This does have the rubber tires, plastic base of course. No lensed headlights again, too small, but a big Citroën logo. Café Norev, café, thé, chocolat et pâtisserie. So coffee, tea, chocolate and pastries. Kind of a food truck that sells that stuff that I just mentioned. Cool. These are 3-inch, by the way. No exact scale. Also got a bunch of Siku. Sometimes there's just you know, nice offering. Now the first two I got from a German guy that always has Siku. But yeah, now I found two that I found really interesting. This Bugatti EB 16.4 Veyron in a color combo I did not have yet. I paid €5 for it. Do not often pay €5, but this is you know, something that's going to be a little bit harder to come by. It's got these extra stickers on there. That's annoying. So yeah, it's not even a great model, this Bugatti, but you know, for some reason I like to collect it. Comes with this little flyer. Sometimes it mentions the year that this was released, but this one doesn't, so therefore not interesting. Rubber tires, generic rims, opening doors, proper steering wheel with the EB on there, nice looking interior, lensed headlights, separate piece for the grille, side mirrors, engine detail, Tampo taillights, and just silver. That's a bit disappointing, but that's how they always are. Yeah, all in all, the value for money is okay. Mercedes C-Class Coupe, kind of a rare model to find. I think I have a version of it that you see on a racetrack to kind of guide the race cars behind it. I don't know what you actually call that. But this is just a stock version in that kind of chrome silver, kind of like that. So that's why I decided to pay the €5 for it. C230 Coupe. Got the rubber tires, generic rims, opening doors with the mirrors attached to the A-pillar. And okay looking interior. It's nice that it's got a little bit of a lighter color so you can see it better. This one's got the lens lights front and rear. There's I don't know what this is. Is there some dirt? Yeah, there's some plastic, probably from the factory on there. C230 compressor and the Mercedes star in the middle. Got a trailer hitch. Then from Bert van der A, a famous Dutch collector, I got this Gumpert Apollo for €3. Here we got the year on it, 2010. I think these cards, 2008, 2009, and 2010 had the actual year on them. It's always nice to see that something is 15 years old already. 2009 is the year here on the base. So this got the same rims as the Bugatti. It's got the gull wing doors, lensed headlights, very large Gumpert logo, lens taillights with the model name and the name of the car make, metal spoiler, huge steering wheel, okay looking interior, and cool doors, of course. Yeah, not a very attractive model, but it's a cool one and a good value for money for sure. And from a girl that I believe is from Eastern Europe, I could not understand what she was speaking. The Unimog with crane in blue. I have the yellow version. I did not have the blue version. Yeah, I paid €5 for this, for the Unimog collection, and I will open it up whenever I do a video on all my Unimogs. And then the next 6 I got from the same seller. He had some kind of harder to find pieces that usually when you find them from a German seller, they would cost more than this, often 10 to 15 euro. But he was selling some of them for 5, some of them for more. So I kind of choose the cheaper ones. And I thought these were good enough, even though they do not offer all the features that I like on these older Siku. So motorway patrol car, basically a Porsche 911 996. So I ended up getting a little discount, but he wouldn't want to budge much. So Porsche 911 Carrera, it says on the base, plastic tires, generic rims, lensed headlights with some orange in there for the indicators. That's nice, but painted taillights, that's a bummer. I do have opening doors and okay looking interior. And to add to that, we get the light bar that says Polizei, German police, and an antenna. So at least there's that to add some value. Yeah, not bad. I think it was worth it. And he also had the alternative version. That's the two police versions you could find back in the day in Germany, or maybe still nowadays. Although the decos will be different, of course. The same model, but in that chrome silver that we also saw the Mercedes in. This one was a little bit more expensive, but with all the accessories and being a version of a model that I did not have yet, I decided to get it. So this is car with roof case. It's kind of funny that in French it says voiture avec roof box. So usually the French have a French word for everything. You know, a computer is an ordinateur, and there's so many examples of how the French have invented a French word for something, for a word that, or something that everyone else in the world uses the English word for. So, but here it's called a roof box. I think that's funny. So basically in German, it's half German, half kind of English. Yeah, and then roof case in English, where this is clearly an English word too, roof box. Odd stuff. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Let's open it up and Try not to lose that snowboard that it comes with. It's nicely wedged in there, it seems. Yeah, there we go. All right, so again, plastic base. Now this is the Volkswagen Charan version of this minivan. I have the Ford Galaxy version. I did not have this Volkswagen version. It's got nice rims on it. I think they're still generic, but they're much better looking than most of the other stuff we've seen on Siku. It's got the opening hatch in the back, lift gate. It's a 6-seater. Got plastic bumpers, part of the base. Also has a trailer hitch. And of course, the most interesting thing here is that a roof box that you can actually open. There you go. And you can have your snowboard in there. Just like that. How cool is that? Yeah, very pleased with this. Audi A4 Avant, another version of the of this wagon. Of course, had to have it. 2009. Look at that. Again, interesting that we can date it. Put a date on it. I mean, A4 Avant 3-liter TDI diesel. Again, different style rims. Generic, but okay looking. They never have any holes between the spokes. That's also kind of a bummer. Lens headlights, lens taillights, logos, and a separate piece for the grille. Opening doors, nice interior, and some door cards too. The proper Audi steering wheel. Nice. Now this one's kind of an odd one. Not because of the vehicle, it's a taxi, but it just says number 13 on there. What the heck is that? Never seen that before. That really confuses me. So let's flip this open. Have a look. Or is this taped up somehow? They sometimes do that. Sometimes there's, yeah, something plastic, a little bit sticky, I guess. Yeah. Mercedes-Benz E500. Well, I don't think a taxi would be an E500, more like a 200 CDI. This one actually has a Mercedes Steelies on there with the hubcaps. How nice is that? And it's got those kind of balloon tires that look so well on these Steelies. And of course, Steelies make a lot of sense on a taxi, you know, making it as cheap as possible. Just has to do a lot of kilometers. You also get 4 different lensed headlights and a separate piece for the grille. Opening doors, gray interior, nicely detailed. Separate taxi sign, although they did fit it on the sunroof, which is, yeah, silly. Should have been behind the sunroof, but then it would not have fit in the blister, because these blisters are not fit for that. And then the sign would be here, and there's a kink in there, so that wouldn't work. Lens taillights, they look a bit strange, I have to say. E500 is printed on there. Nice Mercedes steering wheel, even has the Mercedes star on there in the middle. Just before the video, I thought, wait a minute, don't I already have a taxi like this? Well, I'll show you the other one that I have. Got a much newer version of this, which also was much cheaper. I was able to buy this in Germany. So this is the W211 model. I think this is the W213 model, so much newer. Also, no more separate piece for the grill. Uglier rims, too big for a taxi, not comfortable, and painted taillights instead of lens. So you can see the decline of Siku in that model. Yeah, I will put that back in there. I keep these in these reusable blisters, and I put them on my Siku display rack that I did a video on once, as if they were still in a store. And I think initially this one caught my eye. This BMW X5 in a Austrian roadside assistance livery. This would definitely fetch much more money if you got this from anyone else but this seller. So yeah, very pleased to have been able to acquire this for less than €5. And it's a model I like, even though it's an SUV. This is one of the better ones that Siku did. X5 4.8i. Again, a roadside assistance vehicle would not have that a V8 in there. Authentic rims. These are actual X5 rims with the rubber tires, of course. Lensed headlights, lensed taillights, separate light bar on top, and opening doors. The whole 9 yards. Steering wheel is also a BMW steering wheel. And nicely detailed interior. I like it that they use the lighter colors. It's better to see. Roof rails in black. Got the trailer hitch also. Telephone number on there. Tiny BMW logo. Kidneys painted up. Cool. Yeah, this one I did from the bottom. Sometimes it's easier to do because the flaps are a little bit more forgiving on one side than the other. But this one kind of went back in there. There you go. Ready to hang on the peg. Staying with Siku, but different seller. This seller has a bunch of loose cars in trays, and every now and then there's a carded one in there. This is a hinged bus by Siku, kind of an older one, because it's got the card that does not have the flaps. For, you know, €5, that's a decent price, and this is a heavyweight. The packaging is letting go, so I'm going to open it up. Otherwise, I might have kept it for the bus video. It's a plastic base, but an all metal body. And that's where the weight comes from. Park and Ride livery. It's an MAN bus. Nothing printed there on the where it would say which direction it's going. But since it's a park and ride, I guess it's always doing the same route back and forth. That little section in the middle actually does flex. That's insane, right? The accordion. That is cool. And the base clips into the body and makes for the taillights, or at least, well, no, the taillights are up here. So don't know what these are supposed to be. And again, says, oh, it's got a license plate and MAN, it says there, of course. So the seats are seated higher towards the rear. That's cool. And of course, above the axles, they're higher up too. Here and here and here. Metal roof and everything's metal on the body. Nice weighty piece. This has rubber tires. Look at that. Sweet. No dualies, just singles. Nice one. Same seller. I found this among the the loose stuff, they were not together. I had to find these on separate spots. This is old style Matchbox. This is called the long hole. I had this as a kid. It's still in my childhood collection, but the horns are bent and of course a lot of paint loss. This one has a little bit of an indentation in the grill, but other than that, it's mint. So very pleased to have something that I had as a kid in mint condition for only €5 for this combination. This is the low bed trailer. Don't know what was supposed to be on there, but again, it's minty. So I'm glad to have it. Yeah, let's put that bus on there too. Staying with articulated tractor-trailer combinations, I spotted this Majorette. Only €4. Cut card, and honestly, I don't think this is supposed to be in here because it's kind of wedged in there. It doesn't really fit because this part goes up and the truck is not sitting on its wheels, and in the back it's also lifting up. So I think they just put that in there thinking if it's on a card it might sell easier, and they were kind of correct because it caught my eye because it was on the card. I mainly look for carded stuff at NAMAC because there's too much stuff to look at, and I have to make decisions, and I go for the carded stuff. But every once in a while I grab some loose stuff too, as you saw. Mahirus 1:100 scale, made in France by Majorette. Got the Mahirus logo. Nothing really special other than that. And a Majorette trailer, all metal, made in France. Sweet. Next up, this seller had a cardboard box filled with Hot Wheels and a paper on the back of the box. It says €2 each. But if you lifted the paper up a little bit, it said 12 for €10. So that's 83 cents per car. So that caught my attention. I actually bought 24 cars, but most of them are doubles. So they're going to either go into the vault or going to donate them. So I'm just going to open the ones up that I did not have already. This Tesla Model S Plaid is from 2024. As I mentioned before, I did not get a lot of Hot Wheels 2024. So often when I encounter some, they're ones I don't have yet. Nice blue Hot Wheels plaid. Did I say plaid before? It's plaid, of course. And this one has the, the yoke steering wheel. Let's see if I can do a proper job at showing that. You see, the yoke steering wheel. It's odd to drive like that. I guess you can get used to it, but I'm not a fan of, strange steering wheels. Although I've never really experienced one driving for a long time, just for short periods of time. 2021 Ford Bronco, the recolor, that other one, that kind of off-white or whatever you want to call that, I didn't like very much. This Metal Flake Orange I like, even though it's got a strange deco. I just like the color. The Drift Ender, which is actually licensed by Land Rover, interestingly. I was not going to get, but for 83 cents, I was like, why not? Hot Wheelsified Land Rover Defender in a British police livery. Yeah. and the 2020 Koenigsegg Jesko, also 2025. So the last three were 2025. Just the Tesla was 2024. Nice yellow non-metal flake, so mostly top tempo on this one, but we do get a rear tempo too, without the taillights, unfortunately. And he also had a 3-pack in there, so same thing, 83 cents per car. I did not have this. These are all multi-pack exclusives. Already have this. Don't collect this, but I know someone who does. But I wanted it for this one. So these are 2024 multi-pack exclusives. Oh boy, this is going to fight me. Yes, it is. Oh, jeez. Maybe this side. I'm just going to completely rip it apart. So we got the Bone Shaker with some kind of a wolf cartoon figure on there. Nice dark chrome. It's a topless version. Very nice 1971 Porsche 911 in flat black combined. Well, actually it's gloss black with the flat black doors. Nice. And then the 2016 Lamborghini Centenario Roadster in light sky blue. Let's continue with the carded stuff. This seller had these two. I think they are knockoff Siku, the Mattel Evolution mini gear cars. I've shown some of these before. I got that van and that Renault Scenic. So I got this one now. And I might have and got the silver version of this, but this got the top on it, and mine is topless. I would like to have that Porsche though. So glue is also letting go. Just says made in China on the base. Got these plastic wheels, generic of course. A little dab of yellow paint for the indicators. Two-tone interior. It's got dust on there because oh, look at that wheel. That's a little bit jacked up, and it's got damage too. I think this one fell. I don't know if it fell in the factory or it just fell out of that blister that is open, but yeah, this one's, yeah, basically junk. Nice steering wheel though, see? Even they can do a better steering wheel than the Mattel brands. And then we got the Audi TT, same cars on the back here. Yeah. This one's still sealed somehow. €2 each, yeah. Maybe a little bit much for this style of junky cars. We got some glue residue hanging from the front here. Yikes. Two-tone interior also. Yeah. This does roll properly. This seller had two Edo cars. One was a construction vehicle. He wanted to sell me that one too, but I'm not interested in the construction vehicles. This one's a goofy one. US Police, it says on there. The box is glue, also letting go. It's kind of a theme in this video. Low quality glue. So Maisto casting, but Edo car release. And this is a Buick LeSabre stock car. I don't know if you can read that on camera. But yeah, kind of a strange vehicle to choose as a police car. Seems to have Well, some of suspension. Is that really suspension? Oh yeah, it is. Airport police apartments. It's got a separate piece for the light bar. You know, I'm a sucker for those. Chrome grill and headlights. I don't know where that comes from because there's no chrome otherwise, so that's a separate insert. And just one driver's seat, so it's not like you're going to have any crooks in your back seat in this thing. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. What an odd combo. Police stock car. Yeah. When it comes to quirkiness, that's a kind of top of the bill in this video. Then from a seller called Sushi, I got this. I paid more than I usually would because I thought this was still closed up, but it's got open, unfortunately. So Road Tough Diecast metal street machines with tempo, with an E, printing, decoration, and freewheeling action. Made in Thailand. Nothing on the back. Kind of a nice, I think, C4 Corvette with a metal base by Yatming. 84 Corvette. Probably some suspension too. Wide opening doors, no door cards. I think this has been customized with taillights in red and side markers in red and orange. I think this is the only original tempo on there. Corvette logo with red, white, and blue. Very fittingly, but it's a nice casting, I have to say. Wheels, of course, leave a little to be desired, but other than that, metal on metal opening doors, nice VDPs, and nicely proportioned model. What's not to like? Also from Sushi, I got this Fast Lane. So this was sold at Toys R Us stores. I was asking 10, but got a little discount, just like with the Yatming. So €1.54 for each vehicle. I think this is taped up, or maybe it's not. Yeah, it is taped up, both top and bottom. So let's cut open the top. So at least these won't be customized, I hope. These might be real toy cars in here, not sure. And the flap is dragging on the plastic blister that has the cars in it. Not the greatest design, packaging wise. There you go. Let's start with this Crown Victoria. Real toy, there you have it. Ford Crown Victoria. And this has a separate piece for the light bar that's got a little bit of a plastic, whatchamacallit on there, but it cleans off. So with I will be able to wipe that off. Do that after the video, of course. There's also some stuff here. I don't know what that's from. Nice two-tone interior. I don't think a police car would ever have red seats, but you know, whatever. Separate chrome grille, full deco, anti-crime badge. Orange taillights is always kind of funky, but all in all, not bad. Nice weighted piece, metal body all the way to the bottom of the bumpers. You can tell by the weight. And yeah, these real toys always have nice interiors. I'm not going to put it back in the plastic in the box. I'm going to keep them out of there. This just says made in China, so might be real toy, not sure. Two different colors for the light bar. That's nice. So I'm not sure what kind of make this would be. This would be a Chevy or Ford or a GMC or whatever. So blue window piece, which makes for this blue light, but then this one, is that a separate insert? I don't know. Maybe they're both separate inserts and they just made the window piece blue because that's what you do with a police vehicle. Again, the anti-crime there. This goes down a bit and this also moves a bit. That's nice. No taillights, just side deco, top deco. 08. Cool though. Nice addition to the tow truck collection for sure. The Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon in 157 scale, a real toy again. So yeah, clearly real toys. Yeah, that is not bad. I like it. It's got the soft top with the cherries on top and the siren. Special Force. Anti-crime again, 28. Got a back seat. Trailer hitch. Cool stuff. Got a Humvee. Possibly real toy also. Lots of chrome. Plastic roof piece. That might come off, but I don't know if it's meant to. Not going to force it. Special service unit. Cool. And then the last one. Let's take a wild guess. A Ford Explorer. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was right. Ford Explorer, real toy. That same light bar that we saw on the Ford Crown Victoria. Nice weighty piece again, all metal all the way down to the bottom of the bumpers. Anti-crime logo again, 29. Red seats also. Well, I guess if you're the person you have arrested is bleeding, it's not that obvious, I guess. This Majorette limousine, made in France, got for €2. Got it from a fellow countryman who I bought stuff from before. I like that they added the USA sticker. The back's got the Florida license plate. It's complete with the antenna. Got the working moonroof and 4 opening doors. Proper steering wheel, nice seats. The amber headlights, part of the amber window piece. So these are going to go into the limousine junkyard. And then the last ones I got at the end of the show were all in plastic baggies. Let's, yeah, doesn't really matter where I start, but so I like that when sellers have loose cars for sale in baggies. Most of them just dump them in a bin. I hate that. They get banged up and damaged, while often they were mint when they went into the bin or the tray or whatever they use. So I found this very nice Lone Star commercials made in England, all metal. This thing is a bit of paint wear on the silver in the front, Leyland on the grille. The steering column is loose inside the cabin. That is a typical Leyland quality for you right there. That is normal. And then the red kind of a flatbed on the back. I don't know if there was supposed to be something on here, but it's a nice weighty piece. I got it for free because there was no price on the baggie. Put that to the side. Then I found this really nice bus. This is a Husky Models Duple Vista 25 coach made in Great Britain. This one was €5 and I ended up getting it for 4, so I got a little discount on the bunch here because I bought a bunch of stuff and it was at the end of the swap meet. So sellers don't want to go home with all that stuff, so they are more willing to do deals. Plastic tires, chrome rims, nice grill in there. There's a separate piece. It's bottom part is all metal and the top part is plastic. A yellow interior with a proper steering wheel, and then a bluish window piece with an open door. What a sweet little bus. Same color, also a Husky models, a rice horse box made in Great Britain. Totally out of scale compared to the other Husky models that are here. Also all metal, plastic tires, kind of vinyl tires actually, not really plastic but vinyl. Rice there with the shoe horn. Is that what you call it, shoe horn? I'm not sure. Yeah. So I put it with the bus because you see scale wise doesn't fit, and definitely not when you see this Husky. Citroën Safari, made in Great Britain, basically a Citroën DS Break in a army ambulance version. How cool is that? So how much was this? So the horse box and the Citroën were €2. I got it for €1.60. Oh, look at the, I mean, imagine this Citroën pulling this trailer. It's humongous. Size-wise, I think these two are a little bit better. Still, I mean, not completely to scale, but works better. Also €2, so €1.60 that I ended up paying is this Yachting Mercedes 450 SEL. What a beauty! And this metal flake gold, or maybe metal flake yellow, you could also call it, but it looks gold. Chrome grille and headlights piece, metal bumpers part of the base. It's funny that this has that same bumper that goes up on the side as the new Majorette casting, that the plastic bumper does that same thing. Separate plastic tail lights, how nice is that? And opening doors, proper steering wheel, and okay looking interior. What a beauty. I think it even has a little bit of suspension. See? How nice. Wonderful find. Not that great a condition, but I wanted it anyway. Corgi Juniors, made in Great Britain, Whiz wheels, Lotus Europa. Just because it's a Lotus Europa, I wanted it. It's got the opening engine cover and a chrome engine in there. Look at that. How nice is that? And a little bit of a boot space, all painted in that British racing green. This was €1, got it for 80 cents. And these two last ones were in one baggie. 25 cents each, got it for 20 cents each. Lamborghini Miura P4000, made in Hong Kong. This is a Tins Toys. Never seen it before. So yeah, a great obscure find. And then this one, just says number 102, is a Tootsie Toy Nissan Silvia CSP 311. So same model as Hot Wheels did. I kind of recognized it from the knowing the Hot Wheels. It's got an interior and everything. Yeah, very interesting model. Thanks for watching.